Here we go, let's start by whipping this wheel off so we can get at that caliper. So we've got the Civic EP3 Type R, and we've got a few issues with the rear brakes. Now looking at this, the caliper's going to have to be changed. So it's been binding, the disc on a bit discoloured. So let's whip this caliper off and we'll replace it. I've got our replacement here, looking absolutely lovely. So let's get down to the nuts and bolts of it all. We've got two 12mm bolts here holding the caliper on, one at the top, one at the bottom. Just grab hold of the little slider. You can put a spanner on it if it's really tight, but 17mm spanner if you need one. But just hold it with your fingers normally. Put these 12mm bolts out. That frees it off. So we can stick a lever in there and just prise it away. Screwdriver straight in the back, look, give it a little wiggle, top and bottom, just work it off and it'll come straight off nicely. Bingo. Once that's out of the way, oh look at the wear on that pad, gone right through the pad down to the disc. They're scrap. Let's get rid of them. You can see because it's got so hot, it's actually perished the rubber on the piston, and that's wrecked that. It's all corroded inside. So the job now is to replace brake caliper, brake discs and brake pads on the rear. Now to get the disc off, we've got to remove this caliper retaining bracket, which is held on with two 14mm bolts. These are usually quite tight through the back of the hub there. Get your bar on there or your ratchet and just whiz them out. These Japanese threads are always really good, and it's very rare you'll get one that's seized up. They usually come out nice and sweet. Here we go, look, whiz that caliper retaining bracket away. Super, that's that. Just check these sliders on the caliper retaining bracket. Make sure they move in and out nice and free, which they are, they're great. Now we're onto the disc itself, and on the front there's two cross-threaded screws, countersunk screws there, 1 and 2. If you've got an impact driver, it just whips them straight out. You can do it with a screwdriver, but they can be a bit sticky. Now to get this disc off, if it's really tight, you can chuck a couple of bolts through those threaded slots in the front of the disc there. 13mm head or a 12mm head, depending what you've got, Japanese or not. It's a M8 thread. Just whiz them in, and as you take that in, it pushes the disc away, saves you smacking hell out of it. You can bang it with an hammer, but I much prefer doing it like that. Look at the wear on that disc, it's all scored on the back. Okay, and now then you can check the ABS sensor. Because this disc has worn down to the metal, you can see that ABS sensor there. It's a little magnet, it's a magnet pickup, and it gets all the iron filings all stuck to it, look. So make sure we clean that off before we put it back together again, because that is going to have an effect on the ABS system and the way it picks up on that little ring. The ring there that spins round, each one of those just gives off a little signal. So yeah, clean it off, get all them iron filings away. Here we go, new discs, pads. Now these are padded ones with a coating on them, they're brilliant. You don't need to get that coating off, you just stick them on and it just wears in itself. Decent pads as well. Obviously I'm changing both sides, left and right. Don't just change one side, you've got to do both sides. I'm only showing the passenger side on this. It's exactly the same the other side. So we stick that new disc on there. Obviously lining up the two little screws for the countersunk screws, the holes there. We'll pop those straight back in again, so it's all nicely held into place. Making sure that that hub is clean before we put it on. We don't want to stick it on if it's all corroded. This one's nice and clean. That's that held into place nicely. Give it a spin, beautiful. Get that caliper retaining bracket back in again. Slide that in. Get those 14mm bolts. Got to be a bit ambidextrous here. Get your hands around the back there. Stick those bolts in. Move that caliper up there. Just get it out of the way slightly. And we can whiz those back up now. Get them up nice and tight. Just I've got the ratchet there just to ping them up a bit, then I'll just give them an extra tweak. Get my knuckle bar on it, just to finish them off. Nice and tight. There's one. There's two. Get them biceps going, if he had any. Okay, so the caliper now, we'll get that back up onto those two retaining bolts. I'm just going to peg it in place while I just remove the other part, just to hold it there, because obviously we're going to undo these nuts and bolts and I don't want it flapping about. So it just makes life a bit easier if I just fasten it to that retaining bracket just while we try and crack off those nuts. And help us out. Yeah, there she sits, look, nicely now. Just nip that in place so we can take off these bolts that are going to be quite tight, the handbrake cable mounting and the brake hose assembly. So we'll just get a bucket underneath. So with his grips, we don't want them going completely closed, we want just a small gap there, just so it doesn't completely crush the hose. And we've got the brake hose here, we're just going to clip this to stop any fluid absolutely chucking out, so clip that on there. Now we're safe to remove the union there now to get that hose away, and we'll release the two bolts underneath. We'll go with the handbrake first. Two 12mm, I can't see this, I'll make sure it's 12. Yeah, two 12mm bolts holding this handbrake cable on. I'll just loosen the other one off as well. By clamping it in with the two bolts just back to the bracket, it just makes this so much easier, because you'd be struggling trying to do this without that. Just want to be careful we don't damage that rubber. There we go, so that's them two bolts out nicely, and now this whole bracket here will come away and make life easy for us to we can now just slide that off of the caliper. Yeah, famous last words, never say it's going to make it easy, because it was a bit tricky, this one. It's a bit tight to get it off. You've got to push that handbrake mechanism down while you're pushing that cable over the thing. I'll get there in a minute. Fumbling about, look, like a wally. There it is. 14mm connector there. Just crack that off so we know it's nice and loose. Now we can release these two bolts again. Being careful not to lose the two washers, because we'll need those again. So this union should just pull straight off the top, but it was playing a little bit hard to get, but perseverance, it will come away in a minute. Playing hard to get. Come on, off you come. There we go. And we'll need that other washer that's still attached. The caliper's now free, look. Just got to take that little washer off the top there. You can do that just by giving it a little tweak with the screwdriver, and it's away. There it is. We've got our replacement here, looking absolutely lovely. So one important thing to notice, it's got the little tag on it, and what that says is do not move that handbrake mechanism before you've got brake pads in. So you can't pull that lever across before it's all ready to go, otherwise you will ruin the caliper. In the packet you do get two new copper washers. In my experience, these aluminium ones are so much better. They just crush and close and seal so much, so that's going back on. Just don't drop it in your oil bucket. So we get that brake pipe back in again, get it all nicely lined up. We'll slide that washer underneath there, so we've got one at the top, one at the bottom, and then we can get that 14mm union bolt back through again and get that wound down. It's all going together quite nicely now. I'll just snip this up. We haven't got like a super tight with it, just enough. We'll go for the brake pads now. So just make sure the slider plates are nice and clean, and I've just put a small amount of copper slip on those touching edges on the brake pads. And we've got this little spring plate to go in the back of the caliper there. In place. We can pop those two 12mm nuts back into the caliper retaining bracket there on those sliders. Get them up nice and tight. Lift those up. Now we can go for the handbrake. Need to get the cable over first, so just turn that around a bit, gives a bit of room. That's that over. These are quite fiddly to get in, these two mounting bolts. Just be really careful not to cross thread them. Get one in slightly tight, then do the other. That's one of them. And once again, go nice and slowly just to avoid damaging that little rubber boot on the handbrake cable. Go. Handbrake bracket's in nicely. So the next job then is to bleed up this caliper. We'll whip off that little clamp there, get some fluid flowing down into the caliper itself. We've got the brake fluid reservoir under the bonnet, .4 fluid. Let's top that right up to the maximum. Give us plenty to play with when we're bleeding it through the back. So we'll get that topped up and then go around the back. Just take the little nipple off there. And connect the rubber hose to that. I always find it easy to try and get the bottle up higher, rest it on the suspension, press the brakes, the fluid now will go through the one-way valve and into the jar. So we'll give the brake pedal a nice firm press. Just keep working it nice and steady pace, and it'll just force that fluid down to the back there. And you can see the bubbles coming up in the jar. That's the air coming through, and here comes the fluid, and that's flowing lovely. Look, here we go, getting that air out of the system. You can see the fluid has gone all the way down the pipe, so we'll just lock that off now. Snip it up. Get the jar away. Cap back on. Job's a good one. Now at this point it's really important to pump that brake pedal up to prime that piston in the caliper, force it in, and then work the handbrake lever. Don't pull the handbrake before you've pulled that. Pump that pedal. Make sure you pump the pedal first. You can see it now, it's all working well. The handbrake lever's moving up and down. Adjustment's great. Fantastic. So just finishing off now really, we'll get that wheel back on. Make sure them nuts are up good. Whiz them on with the gun again. It's a great gun, this one. If ever you're thinking of buying one, the Milwaukee is an absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Preset torque on it, amazing. Makes light work of these nuts and stuff. Then we can get it down off the jack. We'll just, now it's level, do one final check on the brake fluid reservoir, get that up to the maximum, and then put the rubber dobber back in. Just make sure that's in nice and neat, and then put the cap back on. This will go on two ways, and there is an arrow on it telling you to put it on the right way. And of course, I put it on the wrong way to start with, as you do. But there you go. Here's a full look. There we go. That looks nice now. So I hope that one's been of use. We love working on that Civic. It's a beautiful car. Really enjoy it. Calipers all sorted, all in nice. Brake pads, discs on the back. Super job. Really, really good. So things to look out for, just the 2 bolts, putting the handbrake cable where the retaining clip is. A little bit tricky, those two. Other than that though, everything else was pretty straightforward. So yeah, drop me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.